Welcome to this week's episode of So It's Not Just Me. I'm your host, Joanna, and today we're going to talk about something that's, I think, is on the rise and it's been spoke about a lot more. Um, and that is weight loss through medication and through these different injections and pills and patches and things that you can get nowadays. And what better than somebody who is currently using the medication? So, with that, I'd like to introduce Jess. Jess, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I feel like I'm on a like a dating program or something like what
What's
new
your name
over
and what you
darling.
looking for?
So I'm Jess, I'm 33. I have run a successful business now for 10 years, being a childminder. This is my first podcast and hopefully not my last.
Oh, I'm glad because I have lots to talk to you about, so I hope it's not your last. um, so for our listeners, you're currently using one of the weight loss injections, right?
Yes, Mounjaro.
Okay. And when did you kind of say, okay, something needs to change and going to look into Mounjaro?
I've always suffered with my weight.
Okay.
It's been a thing since I were a kid, really. Not even like teenage years, like leading up to that. Um, However, I'd struggled with my mental health for a couple of years and partied, ate, drank, just lost my way with healthy living basically.
Right.
Um, and I gained a lot of weight and my face was very round. And I mean, I've always had chubby cheeks, but I mean, football round. And
Okay.
one day there were a picture of me and I saw it and I just felt disgusted in myself. And I could not get that picture out of my head. And I see a lot of the pictures now, and it still shocks me. Even through I've lost 3 stone now in total, and even after 3 stone of loss, I still look at it and think, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
wow." But yeah, so that was my time, which was June last year. So we're talking a year ago.
Nice. I was somewhat similar. I When I lost my weight, I wasn't the weight loss stuff, like the medication and things weren't really a thing. I think they might have been just on the market, but not
Yeah,
big when I lost my weight. I think at my heaviest, I was over 300 pounds, which is a lot. I can't do quick math right now, but
neither can I.
it was a lot.
Yeah,
um, and I lost like 140 pounds,
that is amazing.
but that was during COVID. We couldn't go to work. All we could do was exercise. All we could do was, you know, um, eat,
Yeah,
meal prep, So
yeah,
I understand, it is so difficult to lose weight, and I've always been bigger as well, and I have put weight on since I come over here. Um, and I wish there was something back when I was struggling that would have been like the Mounjaro, the Ozempics kind of thing to give you that little bit of extra support, I guess. Um, Did you try other things first, or did you go straight into Mounjaro?
No, so I have a medical background as well, where
Okay.
I have hypothyroidism. I have something called Hashimoto's disease, PCOS. Oh God, I could go on and on and on. But so I've always struggled with losing weight, but I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm not one of them people. I like my food. I like good food and I like good wine.
Yeah.
Um, and the cocktails too, and and chocolate and cake and everything else. But I also tried to diet like Weight Watchers, um, and the breakup diet, going through a really bad breakup, and you just lose your sense of eating and everything else. That all did all that, and tried something called Oilostat, if you know what that is.
No, what is it?
That's another medication, but it's tablet form, and basically, and you can't eat any fat because if you
Right.
do, it makes you really poorly. And yeah, it just is not a lifestyle that is worth keeping. I tried the keto diet, and I really couldn't take to that. I mean, I do eat healthy. Obviously, I eat healthy now, um, and I'm not a carb overload person, but I don't eat a lot these days, obviously, which obviously we'll talk about. But the contents of my food now is a lot less carbs than what it was. So when
Right.
I was on Oilostat, it was really hard not to eat fatty foods,
Okay.
Whereas now, you with Mounjaro, you lose your you have like a suppression for food, and you're not craving as much. My whole relationship with food has completely changed. So you don't think about, like, for instance, you like you could well, I'm not saying for you, but for me, for instance, I could crave something every day, and it could be something completely different every day. And now I'm maybe going like once a week, and I'm like, that's last week's was cookies. Really wanted a cookie, so I had one,
Right.
but
You
that's
didn't
it.
feel bad and you just did it.
No, you just do it. But it's
Yeah.
not one of them ones where I need to eat the full pack now. It's
Yes.
not like that anymore. Plus, you can't. If you go to somewhere that's like, say, all you can eat food, or like, what I love tapas, and I go to somewhere called La Fiesta quite often with girls, and it's all you can eat tapas food, and I can't eat as many plates as what I used to of the little plates.
Right, right.
The whole your stomach shrinks. You just don't eat as much. It's completely different now.
I found that I am absolutely useless. My favorite food in the whole world is Chinese food. I absolutely adore it. Put me in front of a Chinese restaurant and I will say I'll eat it forever. I can't do it. When I started losing weight, it was so difficult and I wanted everything. But I
Yeah,
still had the cravings because I didn't
yeah,
have anything to help me stop the cravings. And then I found when I did Weight Watchers, Slimming World, I did all those ones as well, and
yeah,
the 1, 2, 3 diet, all that things.
yeah.
If I didn't have that cheat day and eat to my heart content, I,
Couldn't do it.
I
Yeah.
no,
And I
no,
used to do that, and my mum would say to me, "Well, what's the point if you're going to do that? Why bother doing it if you're going to have a cheat day?" But realistically, and I mean, she's always been skinny, but I can't do that. I can't
no.
physically go like that. I can't. But with Manjaro, it changes how you can eat and what you can eat as well.
Okay,
Um, so, for instance, with childminding, I used to cook. I still do cook healthy food for the kids, but I also don't eat on my own every night these days. So I cook healthy food on a night time. I don't have two big meals a day. I'll have a smaller meal, so forth.
yeah,
But anyway, one of the meals used to be spaghetti bolognese.
okay,
Now, my bolognese I'll make from scratch at home, using 5% less fat mince, draining off the fat. Really, I'm not. I'll look after it and put a lot of veg in it, all fresh vegetables. Anyway, I physically now cannot stomach mince at all. I
oh
cannot eat
really?
beef mince. So that has completely changed, like shepherd's pie, spaghetti bolognese. Can't have a burger at a barbecue.
Oh
Like,
no.
yeah, it's changed. It's changed. You don't realize that actually you do eat these foods more than you think, and it's completely changed for me.
So why can't you eat? Is it just your palate doesn't like it anymore, or you just can't?
I don't know, because I really do buy like the lowest fat content I possibly can. And
Right,
I always have done, though. I've always been conscious about that anyway. But the fat just doesn't lie well on my stomach.
right,
And
right.
the first time it happened, I felt really rubbish all day, and I was working, and it started off as like gastro problems, like bloating in the stomach,
Yeah.
feeling heavy, feeling lethargic. Um, and that night I went and got a bath, and I literally straight away everything just came back up,
Oh,
and it just physically would not sit on my stomach. It just came straight
right.
back up.
Do you find that with other foods as well, or is it mainly like the mince and the
It's
beef and
the one thing that I've found is that, I mean, so now I completely don't eat it at all.
right.
I have bought this week in the hope that maybe it'll make a difference because it's beef. I've bought turkey mince instead.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and give that a go, making a spag bol. But we'll see.
We eat a lot of turkey mince in our house. Well, I prefer that. I don't know if Kyle does, but I prefer that. So if I'm shopping, that's what that's what I'm picking up anyway. So
Well, I used to have it, and I've got no problems with having turkey mince, but it's the I don't know if I'm gonna like it now. Like you
yeah,
said, your palate changes with it.
yeah.
There's a lot of things now that I never used to eat beans. baked beans, and now I feel like I eat them with every meal that I make for kids. So like
Right.
jacket potato and beans, and I don't know, scrambled egg and beans and things like that. Just they're still healthy, but with beans.
Yeah. I love baked beans. I miss baked beans. Just FYI, I really miss baked beans, so I have to find some they're not the same over here.
I was
They're not
gonna
as
say,
good.
do they not? No.
They're just not as good. They're no, no. That's
Oh.
a complete different story, so
We need to send you some. Well, I'll send you some Heinz baked beans.
yeah. That'll cost a fortune, but yes.
Yes, please. If you're offering.
Mhm. So, when you first got prescribed, how's the process of getting any of these
Right.
kind of medications? Do you have to go to your doctor first? Do you do it all online? How does it work?
So there's different ways of doing it. For instance, there's like a, like you have your Go Compare sites.
Alright.
You can have one with finding Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, um, and it'll tell you who's the cheapest brand.
Okay.
So like there was Boots, Med Express, Asda, Morrison's, and I've always been with Asda.
Okay.
I did try and go to Morrison's because I found that it was £70 cheaper on one of the months. However, it goes straight back up again, so it was pointless.
Right.
Um, so what you do is you will fill out like your forms online. You have to take pictures of yourself stood on the scales to prove your weight. Um, Take pictures of yourself in a mirror with tight clothing so that they can see that it's proof that it is you and you are the one that's getting the medication. You have access to an online doctor 24/7.
Oh, that's
Um,
good.
yeah, it is really good. I mean, I've got to be honest, I've not used that doctor, but I've not had to.
Okay.
Because of my medical issues myself, I found that it was better to go straight to my GP and ask to see if I was okay to have Mounjaro. And when I phoned her, and she knows all my background, she actually said to me, Jess, this would be really good for you. So I am insulin resistant. I have a
Yeah.
disease called Hashimoto's disease, which it makes you insulin resistant. Um, and sorry, I'm losing what I'm saying.
It's okay.
They she basically said to me that it'd be really good for me. She thinks that if I'm willing to do it, then go for it. And I'd got to a point where I was kind of like, I'm sick of trying to find something, and
Yeah.
nothing's working. Or it'll work. Like say I lose a stone or a stone and a half, then I'll put half a stone back on, and then it never get past that point.
Yeah.
Um, so I thought, you know what, I don't really care the repercussions right now, which wasn't very responsible of me, but I just did it anyway. Um, but before I did it, which I know is one of the other questions, but I'm just going to breach upon it.
That's fine.
Um, you say on your talk points, you said about Ozempic and Wegovy and Mounjaro. Now, Wegovy and Mounjaro were very similar, but Ozempic, I'd heard, through grapevine and online and things like that, that was creating a lot of bad press and bad media and things. People were suffering with it. And I mean, the funny thing is now, maybe it's because my phone recognizes that I look at Mounjaro and things like that, but it brings it up all the time. People have suffered with Mounjaro and this has been the side effects and la. However, I've not had anything bad. Now, Mounjaro ranges from 2.5 milligram to 15 milligram, and it goes up every 2.5.
Okay.
And I am now at 12.5 milligram, and I've only just started 12.5 milligram, and it's the Mounjaro helps produce more insulin, so it's
Right.
working well for me. Um, it triggers two hormones, GP1. Is it GP1? GLP1.
GLP, GLP-1.
Yeah, which is prescribed for diabetics. Now I'm not diabetic, but I have it's helping me because of the insulin that it produces, because I don't produce insulin enough in my body.
I'm the same, and I got told that because of the insulin, that could also long term lead to like pre-diabetic anyway.
Yeah, Yeah, well,
So
it does say that. But my doctor still said that she thinks it'd be a good idea for me. They're always monitoring me blood wise.
yeah,
Um, so and I've never really been at that stage where they think that I'm going to be diabetic. They're not really, even when I was at my heaviest. So I'm not too worried about that right now. But
well,
it
that's
also
good. That
it helps regulate your blood sugars and things too, which is related to diabetics. So, and I mean, diabetes does run in my family. My grandma was diabetic, but I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm kind of like live there for the moment, so to speak.
yeah. Let's deal with this part first, and then we'll move on to the next
let's
bit.
let's lose the weight first, and then if we're diabetic, we're diabetic. I'm joking.
At least you can joke and stuff, sometimes
Yeah,
people are too serious about things. That's what I I struggle with, is when people are so serious and so, you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
You have to joke about things sometimes just to keep your head straight and not have a
absolutely.
wobble. So, obviously Mounjaro's injections. I am terrible with injections. Anyone who knows that I went through fertility treatment and I had to do the injections for that, and it was terrible. I'm not very good at giving myself injections. So how did you find it when you had to do that? Is it something you've done before? Have you had to self-inject before, or was
I've
it
never
quite
had to self it.
nerve-wracking?
Yeah, first time my friend came round who's a nurse,
Okay.
and she showed me what to do, and she's also on Mounjaro, um, so she showed me what to do. But however, after the first time, the needle is kind of like this big. It's so tiny.
Right.
Um, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you inject it into the wrong place, which you can't, it's got to be below like your belly button, below the stomach line, um, or your thigh, basically.
Right.
But you don't, and I find that you never inject it in the same place each week. So if I'm injecting on this side one week, I'll inject on that side next week. I've only ever injected in my leg twice.
Okay.
Um, and once I thought I weren't looking at what I was doing, and I put the needle straight into my clothes.
Oh,
So that was a complete waste of a week. And bear in mind, it's £200 a month. So
oh,
you're wasting a
jeez.
week. You're wasting £50. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's a
weren't doing
big
that again.
waste.
I weren't doing that again.
How quick did you start noticing a change? So I don't know if I've told you this. I think I've told you this already. I have 4 people I know who are using either Ozempic or Mounjaro.
Yeah.
I think that so far, I actually asked somebody this morning, the person who is on Mounjaro lost like 4 pounds in her first week. One
Hmm.
of the guys who's on Ozempic, he lost like 8 pounds in his first week.
Yeah, as I pick you do.
He's a lot bigger though. He's 6'5", 6'6" kind of range, and very wide, so he has more weight to lose anyway. So you
Right.
always find like the bigger you are, the more weight you lose in the first couple of weeks. But
Yeah.
how quick did you notice a change?
So, God, without looking, I won't be able to tell you probably, but I know that on the first few weeks it were like £5, £7, and then a week where I didn't lose any.
Right.
And I think that went probably menstrual week or whatever. But then £8 the following week, it just
Okay.
bang, 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 and within the first month, I'd lost a stone.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, or maybe a bit more than that. I'm just doing quick math in my head. Yes, I teach children maths.
Yeah, but you
You think
teach
I don't?
children maths, you don't have to do adult math. That's
No,
different.
you put me on the spot. I was doing girl
Mhm.
math. Um,
Sorry.
it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So I lost a stone in the first month, and I could see it. Um, within the first month, I could see it in myself, and I looked in the mirror. I straight away start losing it from my face, and then it's like
Right.
my top half. So like I'll lose it round my chest and round my sides, and then it'll be like my legs. It never goes straight to the stomach where you want it to go, but hey ho. Um, it has done now, thank God. But the I'd started to notice it probably about after a month, whereas
Right.
family and friends started to comment after a stone and a half. So a stone in the first month, I noticed a stone and a half, which was up to what maybe 2 months, and then the people started to notice.
Right.
Um, And I was doing really well right up until about Christmas time. So I started in June last year, doing really well right up until Christmas, but basically still living my life. Um, I have a birthday month, and I mean month. Um, so which is over summer. So I'm out every weekend. I'm, drinking, eating, whatever, going away. Also had a holiday that year. So I was still living my life. And then it came to Christmas, and I decided that I wasn't going to take it over Christmas because I was worried about indulging too much or not being able to indulge at all because my appetite was so suppressed that I wouldn't be able to go out and eat like
Right.
Christmas dinner and things like that. So I decided not to take it. And little did I know at the time, which I should have done my research, but if you don't take it for 2 weeks, you have to start again from scratch.
Oh, okay.
So I'd got myself right up to 7.5 milligram at that point. And because I had 3 weeks off, I had to start again at 2.5. So then it took me some time, and I put on £8 over Christmas, which was 4 weeks. So £8 in 4 weeks. And within the space of a couple of weeks, I'd lost it again
Right.
after starting. But actually, no, I tell a lie, it wasn't a couple of weeks because the 2.5 didn't touch the sides. It didn't
Right.
move me at all. So I maintained for quite a while. And then I lost again when I upped to like 5 milligram. And then I maintained again for a long time. And it's taken quite a bit to get to 3 stone off. But I mean, like with Ozempic, and you probably heard this as well, people are losing like 3 stone within a couple of months. And people are doing it on Mounjaro as well. But the people, like you said, if they're bigger, the more they lose.
They
But they're
lose it
also the
quicker. Yeah.
people that abuse it. So, for instance, I know people that have lied and said that they are bigger than what they are, taken
Right.
pictures to make themselves look bigger, and lied on the scales, holding cans of baked beans, I don't know, bottles of pop, things like that, bags of
Yeah.
sugar, just to make themselves heavier to get the pens, which is obviously not okay.
That's not
But
healthy. You're gonna
it's
do
not
damage to your
healthy.
body.
But it's people that are obsessed with the weight. And I can't lie, I've been obsessive with my weight. It got to the point where doing this as well, I wore a Fitbit like you watch with your steps all the time.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of walking with work, constantly on my feet with the kids. And I was like, right, if I don't get to 17,000 steps in one day, I ain't done it. I've not done enough. And eventually I just stopped wearing it because it was
Yeah.
getting to the point where I was beating myself up if I wasn't hitting that on a weekend as well when I'd not got the
Right.
kids.
Right. Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. How about mentally? Like you said, you had some mental health issues, like low self-esteem and things. How quickly from starting to lose the weight did you see a change or feel a change in your health, mental health?
Um, so I had PTSD therapy for something that had previously happened um 14 years ago in my life, and it finished in August last year. So I started Mounjaro in the June, which is we're about 8 months after starting PTSD therapy, and I was starting to feel more myself again. So
Right.
I'd stopped binge eating, binge drinking, um, and basically started looking after myself. Cut a long story short, and so in the I'm like losing track. So in the August, I finished therapy, and I'd been on Mounjaro for 3 months,
Right.
and then my life started to just change. Like, obviously, mentally, I was in a better place. I'd been signed off for therapy. Um, I was looking after myself. I got a better, healthier lifestyle, and not with just food, just all together. Um, and then I've got to be honest, it's even my sister says it's like something changed, something clicked this year. And in January this year, I had just more confidence in myself. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the confidence we're already building. And my girls had said to me like, "Oh, Jess, you're doing great. Like, you look great." Um, Kirsty, when I see her, she said to me the other day, she went, "Where are you? You're disappearing." And we have like jokes like that. And your confidence starts building again because the people around you are noticing as well.
Yeah.
Um, but at the start of this year, I decided that I was going to start going back on dating apps, and I was ready to meet someone. And my mental health was so bad before that I wasn't ready for anything
Right.
really
Yeah.
at all. And I have met somebody now, so I'm definitely in a better place than where I were. I wouldn't have been
Good.
able to before.
No,
I
I'm
don't
glad
think
you
anybody
have.
would have managed me.
That's the hardest part, actually, managing us.
Yeah.
So, I know somebody who um had a gastric bypass, and people who have had gastric bands and things. And I know that there was always a lot of stigma of you're taking the easy way out or you're cheating or whatever. Did you ever find any of that kind of did you ever hear that from people when you told, or do you tell people that you're using it?
Yeah, I'm open and honest that I use Mounjaro because I've got nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, I have tried and I have tried over years, so I can definitely say I've put the work in, but it's just not worked out for me. Um, Gastric band wise, my auntie had a gastric band, and it is definitely not an easy option. I mean, she
No.
struggled, she suffered, she couldn't live her life day to day for just being sick because
Right.
but her stomach had, it was shrunk so much that even going out for food, she'd have like a starter while you're having a main, or she'd have a
Yeah.
side while you're having a main because she
Yeah.
can't eat. So it's definitely not an easy option, gastric band neither. But with Monjaro, God, if it's if it's classed as an easy option, really, then it's a really expensive easy option. I spend £200 a month on it, and it's. I mean, I know I've already said that. I'm not trying to repeat myself, but it's definitely not an easy option. And it frightens me moving up a stage, just because of what happened when moved up to the 7.5 milligram, and that's when the beef mince incident happened,
Right.
and I was sick and I was really poorly. Um, nobody wants that.
No. No.
So it's definitely not an easy option. I wouldn't say. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything now. It's definitely up there with one of the best decisions I've made, but it's definitely not easy.
I'm glad that you've said that because I hate I as I say, I don't take it, so I can't defend people when they say when someone says, "Oh, well, it's the easy option." I don't know. I don't take it. I'm not allowed to take it right now. So, it's like, well, I can't really say if it's easy or not because I don't know. And unless people tell me the outcome and things, that's the only way I can help people.
Yeah.
Um, and that's one of the reasons I love doing this podcast because I learn so much and I love to learn. So you telling me this information's really I love it. I love learning.
Yeah,
So
well, I've
yeah.
got as well. I've got an Instagram account, and really, I opened it just for me to keep track of what I was losing. That's where it
Yeah.
started. Um, it's called "Just Lose It," as in like the Eminem lyrics.
Yeah.
Um, and I was just literally recording what I was losing, putting pictures on for me as well, because looking at a picture where I was at my heaviest and then looking at one now, for me, it just makes me feel better. But it's
Yeah.
not, I never opened it for everybody else to like it. But having people also follow me, which they are doing, and all that, it does make you feel good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still learning, and that's also why I opened it. I follow a woman called Miss Mounjaro UK, and she posts on there way more than I do. I can't remember last time I did post on there, but you end up following different people, and they teach you things that you don't know. Even though, like for me, even though I'm taking it, I'm still learning about it day to day.
Yeah. No, I like that. It's good. I truly believe that every day should be a school day. And if
Yeah.
you can learn something every single day, then your life's only going to get better. But that's just my opinion.
Try running around with toddlers all day. You're still
No,
learning then.
no, I'm really good, thanks. Do you feel so? Actually, I was going to ask you if you feel um like you've been supported through your decision, but you definitely have because, like you say, your friends are all on board, and your doctor sounds like a wonderful
Oh,
support system.
my doctor has been really good. My therapist, when I was with therapy as well, I told her that I was doing it. and she was supportive of it too. My doctor's been supportive. My friend's been supportive, but my family have also been supportive. My mum at the start, bless her, um, she was like googling it, and she's worried because as mums are,
Right, right.
um, reading up bad press and people's opinions and things like that. But I mean, it doesn't matter what anybody else is going to say to me. I'm still going to do it anyway. So
Yeah,
I've never hid it from anyone that I'm taking it because I don't really care what anyone thinks. I'm going to do it anyway because it's
yeah,
making me feel good and I'm getting the benefits that I'm paying for that I wanted. So I've got the support. Um, and like I said, it's great when people are supporting you. You're not doing it for likes, so to speak, but
yeah,
it makes you feel better for it. But I also think that you could be sat there with one of your, I'm speaking from experience, with somebody that you've not seen for a really long time, and I've lost all this weight, and they don't comment on it, and it's like a, you can see. I know you can see. So you don't want to say anything. I'm not asking you to say something. But if you don't want to support me and show that you can see it, well, then that shows you that you're not comfortable with yourself. I
yeah,
don't take it as a criticism for me. I think it's more about them.
yeah. No, I get that.
But I
Completely get
also
that.
got some family that's distant family, doesn't live around here. I got one of my family members message me the other week and say, I've not even got her on my Facebook, and she said, I've seen on your Facebook how much weight you've lost. You're doing absolutely amazing. You're smashing it, girl. Go for it. And that were really nice.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need that, like, especially if you're having a bad day or, not even to do with weight, just a bad day in general. Sometimes you just need someone to say, "Oh, you're doing a great job.
I'm
You're
all
doing
for
something
correcting
wonderful."
women's crowns and praising people, not just women, men as well. If you're doing well with yourself, then people
Yeah,
should
definitely.
recognise.
Yeah, uh, I say this all the time, and I know that you've listened to my podcast before, so you've probably heard me say this a billion times. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Why aren't we
Yeah,
just kind? Say hello, say you're looking great, whatever. Oh, that's a nice shirt you're wearing.
yeah,
Just be kind.
yeah,
Just it's just I don't know. I have to stop myself because I get so wound up that people aren't
yeah.
kind and nice in the world. And
Yeah, me and my friend went out around Leeds last weekend, and we was on the train, and these six young girls got onto the train. All of them were gorgeous, and they were all sat separate on the train because we were sat on the six-seater bit. So I was like, "Girls, you come and sit here, and we'll move over there." And as they moved over, me and my friend sat down. We were both just sat there looking at their shoes. Oh, I like them shoes. And
yeah,
we were like, where you get them shoes from? And
yeah,
to me, that is just me. That's my personality anyway. If I like something, I'll say it. I'm not going to sit
yeah.
there, and if I don't like something, I'm definitely not going to say something because I'm rubbish at lying.
But I always think as well, hey, if they've got nice shoes on, maybe I can get those shoes. Wonder if maybe they have some other colours that would suit me. So
I mean,
yeah,
don't get me
just
wrong as well, though. I'm pretty sure if my partner watches this, he will also say to you that I'm very well at saying to him that, oh, that top doesn't suit you. No.
right,
So I will also tell you if it's helpful criticism.
right, right. To be fair, I buy most of Kyle's clothes, so I know what he likes, but I make sure I buy what I like as well
Yeah.
for him. But
And let's not give
he's
him any
fine.
ideas because I ain't got
No,
a
no,
bank
no.
account big enough to replace all his clothes. I mean,
Yeah, no, no, I get it, I get it. Do you feel like since you've lost your weight, you've been treated any differently?
no, I wouldn't say so. I don't think I have been. Um, if anything, I've probably treated myself differently within the community of doing different things, maybe wearing different clothes. Um, Confidence is key now, and it's changed everything for me. So I wouldn't say anybody's treating me any differently. I'd probably say I treat myself differently now.
Right. I think that goes to show what a good circle of friends and good community you've got yourself involved in.
Yeah.
If they haven't treated you any differently, and
No, I'm
they
lucky. I am lucky
yeah,
that I've got good friends and good family around me.
and they can see you for who you are, not just what you was, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm still. The thing is I'm more confident now, 100%. but I'm still me. I'm
Yeah.
still that bubbly, crazy, funny. Well, at least I think I am. But I'm still me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. So there's nothing really to be treated differently for. I mean, I wouldn't treat any of my friends any different if they were bigger than me or if they were smaller than me.
Yeah. I know that I was never the biggest in the group of friends or whatever that I was in. But I always made myself feel like I was the biggest. So I probably bullied myself more until I got that confidence. And like you said before, you don't care. I'm at that stage now. It's took me a long time, but I just don't care anymore.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's taken me a hell of a long time to get to that
yeah,
point. I
yeah.
do think that I am the biggest out of my friendship group though, and I have been. Um, and but you get to that point where that won't change, and I used to put myself in the middle of all the pictures, so I'm never on the end.
Yep,
So you
yep.
never stood to one side. Um, but now it's not that that any of them are bigger than me or anything like that, because they're not. Um, but I don't feel that way anymore. Like I said, I feel like I've changed. My confidence has changed.
Yeah, that's good. That's probably the best thing that could happen when talking from my experience when I lost my weight and the confidence that I got to again, I don't care what people think. It's my life, so I don't care. And I think that's the best thing that can come from it is not just obviously the weight loss is going to be healthy for you, but that new mental perspective you have of yourself is worth 10 times over the amount of weight that you lose, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um
absolutely.
so yeah, that's where I'm at. Um and to be honest, so the reason why I can't take Mounjaro or um Ozempic or anything like that right now is we are going to be trying again. We don't know when, but we are going to be trying to get pregnant again, and we have to have it out of our system for like 3 months
Yeah,
for fertility treatment. So, because we don't know when we're going to be ready to try, we don't want to put something into our body, well, my body, to then have to wait
absolutely.
even longer. Because I'm almost 40, so we don't
Age,
want to delay it even
age
longer.
is no
So,
limit. Age is no limit anyway. People have kids in the 40s these days. But
yeah,
I mean, the thing is, and I sound hypocritical here saying this because it's me that's taking the Mounjaro, but some things are worth more, and you having kids is worth more than losing a few stone.
no, I get
Do you
that.
know what I
Don't get me
mean?
wrong. It's once we've had a baby, if we do decide that that's what we're going to do, once we've had a baby, I'm going to be looking into it and seeing what I can do because I crave and I crave chocolate all the time. If you put chocolate in front of me right now, I would eat it, and I'm just a chocolate girl.
See how we're in
Can't say
everything,
no.
girly. I mean,
Oh,
my partner brought home. He brought home some. Well, I say home. He brought to my house some cakes the other day with big, like, thick cream in it and all this. And
oh,
do you know what? A year ago, I'd have gone, yeah, I'll have that. But I know that I don't actually like that. I'm not
right.
actually that bothered about that.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it. And it's still in my fridge now. It's probably out of date. That sounds disgusting. But it's because he hasn't been here for the last few days. So he hasn't, he hasn't been back and eating it. But yeah, it's, your whole mindset changes with
Yeah.
Manjaro. I would have just ate until my heart was content. I would have ate until I burst, till I felt sick, till,
Yeah.
and whereas now, I can like or leave it.
Yeah. That's that's what I'm wanting to do, I think. It's like I say, it's so difficult.
It is
It is
difficult.
so
It's so
difficult.
difficult, and I'm absolutely pro. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. The only thing that I can say is always do your research first. Like, don't just jump straight into it. Ask your doctor's opinion, and if they think that it's a good idea for you to do it. I mean, don't take their opinion on board. They might, even a doctor might sit there and just go, "Oh no, I don't recommend it." But actually, that's not what you're asking. You're asking, "Is this good for you? Is this
Yeah.
healthy for you? Am I going to be okay taking it?" And it is such a good thing. I mean, there's all these people that you've heard about having these bad side effects and things like that. But for me and for you who are insulin resistant, it's such a good thing.
Yeah. And you never know as well, like, what underlying issues did these people have anyway before they started Mounjaro
Yeah.
or Ozempic or whatever GLP-1. There's
I know. So,
so many
so
letters
many,
about
so many
nowadays.
letters.
um, Is it something, so this is more of a question that I just don't know the answer to.
Go on.
Is it something that you have to stay on forever, or will there be a time where you say, "Actually, I'm at my goal weight, I don't need to do this anymore, I'm stopping altogether," or is it now a lifestyle, like a lifelong thing you have to do?
Well, I don't want to have to fork out 200 quid every month forever.
Well, yeah.
But no, it's I mean, I've got a if you'd have asked me this probably a month ago, I'd have said to you, I've got no idea when I'm going to stop. Um, I'm just going to keep going until I feel good. But I do feel good, and I do feel healthier. I've got a figure in my mind of what I'd like to see on scales, but the scales isn't the be all and end all. The clothes size is more of a be all and end all for me. I think I feel better when I'm in small sizes, but then let's face it, I could buy from one shop and be this size and buy from another shop and be this size.
Yeah,
Nothing is right or wrong. So it's where I feel good at. Um, but I'm on 12.5 milligram now. So when that stops working and I budge up to 15, that's pretty much it.
right,
However, I don't intend to just stop and go cold turkey because I just don't believe that after being injecting for a full year that's going to be healthy for me, or it could potentially make me put it back on, or
right.
not that I'm going to put 3 stone back on because I'm not. I don't know I'm not. Um, but I'd probably go backwards. I'd probably go 12.5, 10, 7.5, 5, and
Lower it
go
down
backwards
again
again.
and kind of make like a maintain plan
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah. I mean, I never stop now. I look at the stuff that I used to eat and how much I used to eat. I know that I don't
Yeah,
want that.
yeah,
I was saying to my friend on the phone this morning that sometimes, which doesn't sound great, but I'm having to make myself eat. So if it gets to a certain time of night now, anything after 7 o'clock, I just don't want anything. I've got no
right.
energy, can't be bothered. Unless, like I say, we're going out for food and it's something to look forward to. If it's your day to day chicken and rice and salad, I ain't bothered. Just skip it. So it's about food planning, preparation, lifestyle changes. My legs are going dead. Sorry,
It's okay.
um, and 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 exercising too. Now that I've lost 3 stone, I'm not saying that it's all just but this I need to tone up more. Um, and I used to go to the gym and do a class called Body Pump, and I loved it. However, circumstances changed and I stopped going, and that was mental health. And even though they say that exercise is good for mental health, I didn't have the stamina and want to go. I
Yeah,
didn't have that willpower to force myself to go. It were
yeah,
easier to have a laying in bed, or it were easier to go out for breakfast than it were to go to the gym. So it's about making a plan and
yeah.
keeping it steady.
And I think as well, when you make a plan, don't bully yourself if you don't stick to it. If you
Yeah,
have a day off,
I'm not
don't beat
great with
yourself up.
willpower anyway, so I won't be that person. And like I said to you about like the Fitbit, so to speak, I ended up. I know when things just go too far now
Yeah,
because of my mental health and how bad things got before. I can see the triggers and the warning signs that make me go, you know what, no, no, and that's
yeah.
with any circumstance now.
Well, I think you've done great. I know you sent me your before and after pictures earlier, and that you look amazing. You really do.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to add before I let you go?
If you could see all these papers in front of me. No, I think we've covered everything. But yeah, I think that's it.
I think
Yeah,
that you've given a lot of information, and thank you for being so open and honest with me.
absolutely fine.
Really glad you came. I'm really glad that you suggested the topic because it's something that I've
Yeah,
wanted to talk about for a while. But saying to someone, "Hey, you're taking this. Do you want to come talk about it?" It's hard.
yeah.
People
There's
don't
a lot of
always want to
people,
talk
like I
about
said,
it.
some people just don't even admit that they're doing it. They'll hide
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of.
No, like the people that I've mentioned, as I say, there's 4 people other than yourself that I know who are doing it right now. 2 on Ozempic, 2 on Mounjaro, and all of them have said, "I don't want you to mention my name," which is fine. It's their story, not mine to share. But they're happy giving me the information to like work off. But I understand you don't want you
Yeah,
when you're ready, you'll talk about it, kind of thing for these
yeah,
people. So.
Like I said before,
But
though, it's that confidence as well. It's having that confidence to own it and be proud of it. And
yeah.
maybe a year ago, maybe I wouldn't have done this because I weren't where I am now. But yeah, it's definitely something that I'm pro Mounjaro.
Can be the spokesperson going forward.
I know if anybody wants me to rep or anything, then send me a check.
Pay for it for the months.
Yeah. Pay for it for me. Like when you see them people on Instagram and they're like, I'm using this tool to put down a carpet or whatever. And you're like, that could be me. This is how
Yeah,
we inject.
this is how you do it.
I'm
Step
joking.
by step
There
guide.
is actually people on Instagram though that do that and get paid
Well,
for it.
it's kind of helpful. When I was doing the fertility stuff, they gave me a piece of paper and said, "Hey, here's how you inject yourself." Like, what? This piece of
Yeah,
paper doesn't look anything like my body, and I don't know what I'm doing. So, finding
yeah.
online videos is like the way forward. So,
Yeah, I mean, my friend that came and showed me how to do it, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't have known what I was doing. But in every Mounjaro box that they give you, there is a leaflet. Like it comes and it's like this big, and then you fold it out, it's like this big. And it tells you exactly how to inject and things. But like you said, it doesn't look anything like a body.
no,
It just
no.
says below this line, and it's just, yeah, whatever. Do you know what I
Hope for
mean?
the
It's,
best.
yeah, just
See
shove
if
it
it works.
in.
Well, with that, thank you for coming on. If
Thanks for
anyone's
having
still
me.
listening, thank you for being
Yeah,
here. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope to see you here again soon.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Good.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.